Next, we move on to the application procedure and the intakes of universities in UK. The main intake for all universities in UK is September or October, and very few universities offer a January intake, and May or June intake is also available at very few universities. Students need to start their application 1 year prior to the intake they want to go for. It is absolutely alright if the student is still in their final year of school or college, as most universities issue what is called as the conditional offer, in which they mention what condition the student needs to meet for being accepted once their final result is out. The application process for undergraduate and postgraduate degrees differs a bit. For undergraduate degrees, some universities accept direct applications, but for most of the university, a student needs to apply compulsorily through a portal called the UCAS portal. Students can apply for a maximum of 5 universities through UCAS. The cost of applying for 5 universities is £24, and if you want to apply for a single university, then it's £13. The early deadline for applying for UK universities at undergraduate level is 15th Jan for all students, and the last deadline to apply is 30th June. The statement of purpose in Word document is needed while applying through UCAS, as it has to be uploaded. The maximum word limit for this is 4,000 characters. Students would also require the email addresses and contact details of the person who is giving the letter of reference to them, and the same has to be also printed on the school letterhead so that it can be forwarded to the university. The student has to register online through the website ucas.com. After registering, the student will get their personal ID in their email, which they can access to track their application. Now we move to the application process for the postgraduate degrees. The application process for postgraduate courses is done directly on individual universities' website. There is no cap on the number of universities that the student can apply for, so they can apply for as many universities as they want. Each university, however, has its own deadline and a separate application fees. The student needs to check separately for each university's websites for these details. Now, there are a certain set of documents that are needed by all students to apply for their courses in UK. This requires the class 10th and 12th mark sheet, the graduation mark sheet. This has to be semester-wise mark sheet in case the student is going for a postgraduate course. A passport copy, which requires the copy of the front and the last page. 2 letters of recommendations, which are printed on the school letterhead or the company from which you are taking the letter of recommendation. It is also very important that the details of your referee, their email address and phone number are mentioned clearly in the letter of recommendation. You would also require a detailed resume highlighting all your achievements and work experience in the resume. A statement of purpose, your IELTS scorecard, extracurricular activity certificates and work experience certificates will also be required to make a successful application.